Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I need to make a birthday card for a friend. So I've got a stash, loads of envelopes, all sorts of different sizes. So I thought I'd make a card to fit this envelope. So this envelope is just short of 6 inches square. So I think I'm going to make a 5.5 inch card. So that's where the size of the card is coming from. I've pulled out some stuff from my craft supplies. I'm trying to use things that I already have rather than buying new when I see it. Although temptation is always there, of course, it's always good to use what you have. So I've pulled this. It's springtime, her birthday is mid-April, so I think the daffodils work well, so I thought I would use, all of this came with the magazine, so I'm not using anything else other than cardstock, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to use yellow cardstock or white cardstock. I'm going to use the embossing folder that came with the magazine. And I think I'm going to use this stamp, but not in the rectangle form. I think I'm going to stamp it and cut the rectangle form off and then colour it in, so much like this. So I've cut a piece of cream cardstock, couldn't decide between yellow and white, so cream is a happy medium. This is 11 inches long by 5.5. I'm going to score at 5.5. And that gives me a 5.5 square card to fit my envelope. So now I'm going to stamp the daffodils and I'm going to colour those in. I'm going to stamp in Memento London Fog because I don't want it too strong. So that's the image I'm going to use. I'm just going to cut the box off once I've coloured it in, and once I've done that I'll come back. I think I'm going to go 50-50 with the blue dot, and on this side I'm going to cut another piece of this and I'm going to emboss it with the embossing folder, probably this way up so that this sits in this top corner. I think I want a gold matte layer behind the blue, very slight border around the edge. I'm going to cut some blue to cover half of that, and then I'm going to cut some more of this for the other half, emboss it and come back. So I've cut back in and I've got this to put on the right hand side, and then I've cut a piece just over 2 6/8 of an inch wide. I've given myself a little bit of a border top and bottom, so they're both 5.25 deep, and the plan is I've popped this in this embossing folder just so that it's nipping the top edge and down the left hand side, and then that will go there with that beside it, and then this will sit in the centre. Okay, I've got red liner tape on both of these because it adheres better to mirri. A little tip that I've picked up off of the internet recently is to have a piece of kitchen paper for when you're using red liner tape, because this backing is very static and it's very difficult to get off of your fingers. It's highly static. So I'm just lining that up and putting that down. And it sticks to the kitchen paper beautifully. So that will be the front with the daffodils in the centre. So I'm going to pop that onto some foam, and I'm going to come back and we'll put a sentiment on. Okay, so I've got some foam on the back of here. I'm going to pop this in the centre. So I want the bottom, centre of the card, and then the rest will fall organically. I'm quite happy to let that sit where it wants to sit. So that's now on. Now I'm going to pop this onto the front of the card, 10th fold card. So I'm going to stick that on there with some Clare. So I stamped Happy Birthday from a stamp that I've just got in my folder. I've stamped that in Versafine Clare Sand Dune because I didn't want it to be too harsh. That's stamped in London Fog Memento, so I didn't want black, given that I haven't used black already. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to mat it onto some gold so that it matches this, and then we'll come back and stick that on together. Okay, so I've cut around that, given it a little border, stuck that down on there. And I think I'm going to pop it up on some foam there. I'm just going to pop a foam pad on each side because it's going to straddle the centre of the daffodils. There you have it. Today's card. Thank you for watching. If you've liked the content today, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing, and please leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next time. Bye bye.